Blitz coming. Picked up. Prudy sets, launch, has Samuel wide open. He's got it. Touchdown.
Speed on the inside at number 3. That's one of the biggest challenges that this Seattle cover 3 defense faces. Jamal Adams, they get him matched up one-on-one against Deebo Samuel. And
you're down to the right place. And now your host, Ryan Hensley.
What's happening? Victorious Monday. It is Twin and I and the chat. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for being here. How you doing, Twin? It's Victorious Monday, my man.
Hey, man. Good morning. What a beautiful day to be alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm full. I know the Niners full. We had some deep fried Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? We had to bust that loop back around, man, and get seconds. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. You know, and, you know, what about y'all in the chat, man? Tell me how y'all feel on this wonderful Monday.
Yes, sir. Brian Culp says, smash that like button. Everyone share, subscribe, comment. Let's go 49ers. Do all that. Do exactly what Brian Culp just instructed, please. I would much appreciate it. Todd Labor's here. What's up, Todd? Says, morning, Ryan and Twin. Happy Victorious Monday. Feels good, man. I had to start it off with the play just to man, I'm feeling good about this Niner team. I'm feeling good about Brock Purdy, man. This is my favorite game of the season for Brock Purdy. And I'm going to get into it. I'm going to explain why later. In just a minute with Twin, but man, can y'all see my breath? That's how cold it is out here. If you can't tell by the way I'm dressed, I can actually see my breath. I don't know if you guys, if it's coming up on the camera, but I can see. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? That's crazy, man. That's I'm out here in the elements doing this damn show, bro.
He said he had to doing the thistle for y'all.
I'm a little jealous because you're in that t-shirt in the sunshine right now. I'm a little jealous, bro.
Hey man, listen here. I'm in Texas right now. Actually, I'm in Dallas, you know. So for those that don't know, man, I went to the Dallas versus Eagles game last night. I got some sneaky content. I can't wait to tell you guys, man, what I heard. Because I was in there repping, you know what I'm saying, putting on in all red and the sea full of blue and green, you know. But it's one thing that they know, you know what I mean? It's one
sneaky content. Sneaky content is the best content, brother.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, you're not looking like a franchise quarterback with that hat backwards right now, man.
Hey man, look, I'm in my Brock Purdy. I'm trying to look Purdy right now for the camera. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Hey, real quick, all you guys, man. Show is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code Hensley. Link in the description. They'll match $100 your initial deposit. Blue Water Credit is the best credit company around. Click the link in the description. Fill out the form. Let them know Ryan G. Hensley sent you. They will fix your credit. Before they do, they'll tell you how much it costs, what they can do for you, all that good stuff. And also, Hensley Real Estate, Mortgage, and Solar. Those are my companies. I will hook you up if you need to buy a house, sell a house, finance a house, put solar on your house. I got you. Only in California, though. I was trying to go for the speed record right there. Plug in I think I got it. Make sure you guys like this video if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel as well as Twin's channel. Twin does some good stuff, man. I was watching him and his bro do their thing. They're very interesting, man. Super entertaining. I always love it when I get both you guys on the show. Man, it's hilarious. Hopefully, when the 49ers play the Cowboys in the playoffs, I think they're going to. I'd be surprised if they don't.
Yes, sir.
But, man, let me get your overall take of this game, man. 49ers sweep the Seahawks. 2-0 versus Seahawks this year. What do you think of the game overall, man? Give me a take. Yeah.
Explosive. I'll say that, man. Like exciting, explosive, high energy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody was involved in the game. I think Brock threw for like 360 plus yards. Christian McCaffrey had big explosive runs. I think it was just a beautiful, like high intense, like roller coaster ride. You know what I mean? So just a fun game. That's what I feel. I just like fun and excitement. You know what I'm saying? Just like a kid again. I don't know about y'all, but just let me know how you feeling. You know what I mean?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling really good. And the reason why I feel so good about this team is because we got a quarterback, man. I've been hesitant and trying to just go all in on Brock Purdy because I've done this before. Did it with Jimmy, man. I did it with Jimmy, and the man broke my heart like he did a lot of these Bay Area 49er fan, these women in the Bay Area, right? That guy broke my heart, man. I was like, man, Jimmy might be the guy. He might be the guy. He's coming from New England, studied under Tom Brady. The only reason he didn't play is because he's behind Tom Brady. Jimmy G might be our guy, man. And
the chin, can't forget the chin, the jawline, you know what I'm saying?
Had the chin and the jaw and everything. I think a lot of 49er fans bought into the chin and the jaw. I personally, what I wanted to see was a quarterback that can make the throws necessary to make this team dynamic. And that's what we got in Brock Purdy, man. Yesterday's game was my favorite game from Brock Purdy. And I know people are like, what? The statistics weren't the best, but I saw more than that. And we're going to dive into that because I'm on cloud nine when it comes to these Niners right now, man.
Yes, sir.
I've been dying to see the 49ers have
throw some flames in that chat, man.
Please hit me with the flames because it's cold as
that chat, man. I know it's early in the morning, but come on, man. That was a show they put on yesterday.
Heat me up with the flames because I'm cold.
He my man. He ordered like an Eskimo slide down the toothpick over there. Hey, send some water.
Please, man. We saw. Look, man. I've been hesitant on Brock Purdy, and a lot of it is probably the Jimmy G PTSD. I think I had Jimmy G PTSD.
For sure.
And what I saw from Brock last year was a really good quarterback, but a lot of dinking and dunking. That's why I said dinking and dunking. Brock Purdy. Let me tell you this. Brock Purdy was asked in a press conference last night, excuse me. He said, talking about how the difference between him this year and last year, not going deep last year, right? He's 2 for 6 with the interception last year, over 30 yards. This year, I believe he's 17 for 23 with 6 touchdowns, over 30 yards. That's a little bit different. I don't care what anyone says. That's different, right? And he was asked about it. He says, was I afraid to go deep last year? I don't think so. This year, I feel like I'm just more aware of what our offense is, and if the defense gives us a look, I'm ready for it. So I've taken deep shots more this year.
For sure.
Those were Brock Purdy's words. So even Brock Purdy acknowledged that, hey, this year is different from last year, man. Like he's doing it all, and I'm just hyped on Brock Purdy, man. Give me your thoughts.
For sure. No, and just to add on to that, I think Nick Wagner posted. He said, Brock Purdy is up to 7 completions on throws, 13 throws, traveling 30-plus air yards this season. He had 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Just for like perspective purposes, right? Mm-hmm. From 2017 to 2022, Jimmy Garoppolo only had 6 completions of 40 throws of 30-plus air yards. He had 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Like,
Jimmy, you ruined 6 years of my life, Jimmy. You really fucked up 6 years of my life.
Just in this short amount of time, not only has he surpassed it, but the efficiency, you know what I'm saying, and the explosiveness is there, and I think like we feel that crap, you know what I'm saying? Like we that's what we want to see, God dog it.
Yes, man. That's why I'm think about this 49ers team, similar roster. It's debatable. Maybe I'll ask you this question actually, but similar roster. We went to the Super Bowl. But we had Jimmy Garoppolo. We went all the way to the damn Super Bowl. We were a quarter away from beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl with Jimmy G. And now we got Brock Purdy, who is head and shoulders better than Jimmy Garoppolo. This roster might be better than that roster. I mean, this is the year, bro. That's how I feel right now.
All right. I'll tell y'all this, right? For real. Like, this is on some real deal Holyfield spiel. Listen. I'm in the land of the Eagles and the Cowboys. I'm repping, though. I'm putting on for the city, you know what I mean? Why them two over there bark, they arguing one another. When I tell you I had the most people come up to me like, hey, bro, I can't even hate. Y'all for real. Like, I'm telling you, over 35 people. I bullshit not. Over 30-plus people. Hey, man, listen here. And they in the middle of a rivalry game. We already know how competitive that is. They like, listen here.
Well, tell people where you at. They don't. Do they know where you're at?
What's up, everybody, man? I'm here in Dallas, Texas, man. I went out here to the AT&T Stadium last night. I saw the game was in that Joker live, and it was rocking. I will say that Joker was rocking. And big up to all the Dallas Cowboys fandom out here. I see y'all. Hey, when I tell you they come to the game, Ryan.
Yeah.
Hey. It ain't just a whole bunch of dudes, boy. It is like 60-40 women, You know, they coming on, they putting on for the Cowboys out here. So big ups to all the fans, man. Y'all was lovely last night. And they definitely gave the 49ers the respect, saying that we are top dog. They don't even want to say it, but they like, dude, it's on the film, it's on the camera. And
were you in Niners gear?
Huh? Yeah.
Were you repping Niners gear?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was looking like I was looking like a blood out there. I was repping, man. So
yeah.
Other fan bases know that this should be, you know.
Yeah. This is the year. This is the year, man. Cowboys are better than the Eagles to me, man. At least right now. That's what I'm looking at. You know what else is crazy too, brother, is I'm not so sure the Seahawks ain't going to whip on the Eagles next week. I'm not sure about that. We watched that game. Before we dive back into this Niners game, just give me your takes real quick, what you saw from the Eagles and Cowboys game, because I know you was there.
Man, if I'm being honest, the Eagles like it has a broken wing. You know, it like it has the team look like there's a defect. You know, there's something, it feels like there's not a buy-in. I don't think that everybody's moving together like a unit. So we all know how our locker room is. You can kind of tell like there may be little groups, but overall they have like this particular character in a culture about themselves. You kind of can feel like, even you look on the sidelines, like there's something off. You know what I mean? And so they don't play very well if they're not all playing in unison. I believe the offense has taken a step back. There's some guys that year older on their team is definitely showing itself. And the same also on their back end with the defensive backs, Slay and Bradbury, their age is showing themselves as well, especially when you can't get a push unless it's kind of being manufactured by the DC, who's not a very good DC as well, because he doesn't even have the players to go out there and execute the way they want to. So, yeah, man, that team might be going down.
Man, that Eagles defense is like butter, bro. Like just melted, but lukewarm butter out there. They can't stop anything, man. Like just bad. When I'm watching the Eagles over the last 2 weeks, I'm like, how the hell are they 10-2 right now? It doesn't make sense how their defense is trash. Their offense, I don't really like their play calling, man. Jalen,
trash.
Jalen Hurts, I think it might be tied. I tweeted it out. But if you combine the turnovers from Dak Prescott and Brock Purdy, it's the same amount of turnovers from Jalen Hurts by himself. What happened to Jalen Hurts, man?
Hurt.
He's hurting.
He's hurting. That knee ain't right. I promise. If he lasts the rest of this year, like I be watching him get up, he gets up so gingerly. Like he doesn't pop up every time he's not in active gameplay. He walks real like gingerly, like he's trying to save every step, every ounce of energy that he has. And I think he's too hobbled, and their running game isn't successful enough without him being a part of it to continue to win like they was doing last year.
Yeah, man. I mean, look. So look, the shout out to the Cowboys. Give you guys respect for one day. Y'all beat the Eagles. Appreciate that, because now the 49ers are the number 1 seed in the NFC. Man, we control our destiny now, right? If we win out, it's a lock. Home field advantage, Levi Stadium, the rest of the way. How you feeling about the Niners being the number 1 seed, Twin?
Hey, man, just taking care of business. You know, I believe our fan base have shown that we travel, but I do believe it's time for our fan base to be rewarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really been showing up, like, for real. I heard they be coming everywhere. But I think it's time that we are able to get this number 1 spot and keep it. I would love it for that hub to be out there, like, just going crazy in the Bay, man. So one game at a time, man. Let's just take care of business.
Yes, sir, man. Let's do by the numbers real quick, because, on Monday mornings, I like to review some of these numbers. Team stats real quick. 49ers had 527 total yards in that game yesterday compared to 324. Passing yards, Brock Purdy set his career record. Most passing yards. It's listed in here as 354, but I believe he actually had more. That's what's set. Yeah, 368.
Yeah, I thought it was 368.
Yeah, so that's the team. I think that includes they show the passing yards including sacks, and like they lost yardage on sacks. But Brock Purdy was 19 for 27, 368 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Outside of the yards, from a statistical standpoint, that doesn't sound like Brock Purdy's best game, but to me it was. I'll get back to the numbers. Let me talk about why I think this was Brock Purdy's best game that I've seen from him. we saw a little bit of everything from Brock Purdy. We saw him be down, right? 10-7.
Mm-hmm.
Things weren't working as good. We saw the offensive line continue to allow pressure on Brock Purdy like it has been all year. We saw him evade that pressure, create off script. We saw him take hits, pop back up, composed. We saw him taking the dump offs. And then we also saw him throwing perfectly placed balls in stride, deep, downfield, multiple times. To me, it was the complete game from Brock Purdy. That interception, for being real, Hill, by the way, shout out to Brandon Ayuk, who's now over 1,000 yards, 1,053 yards for Brandon Ayuk. But that was probably that was a bad game for Brandon Ayuk. I know he had hella yards, right? Like, I know this sounds crazy. He had 126 yards receiving, but that interception was probably Brandon Ayuk's fault. Looked like he didn't run the route that he was supposed to run, and then he fumbled. But despite those 2 turnovers, the 49ers fought their way back. And this game, to me, I felt like Brock Purdy was elevating the team around him. He wasn't just out there playing point guard. He was creating. Like, he was the offense in a couple instances. He hit that scramble and then dumped off to, I don't know who it was, CMC. Just, man, it was just the complete game from Brock Purdy. Kind of the game I've been like really wanting to see. I don't look at stats. I know a lot of people are like, oh, his EPA and his DVOA is at 1. Like, I don't care about that, man. Like, it's cool, it's nice, but I like to watch the game and see what you are doing with the situation in front of you and how you respond. And yesterday, to me, that was the best response I've seen from Brock Purdy. It wasn't just an easy game. It was tighter than people thought. They were down 10-7, and Brock Purdy kind of put the team on his back in certain situations, which I've never seen from Brock, man. Every game that goes by, it continues to go and go and go, and I just continue to I have no hesitant in Brock Purdy anymore. I'm not doubting Brock Purdy's ability anymore at all. I believe in this kid, and I'm excited about the season because of Brock Purdy. And it's crazy to say, man, but that's how I feel. I want to get your take.
I say, hey, I am a believer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Again, I think you're a person who understands data. You know what I mean? You want to see this guy over a period of time. But as you've seen it, years almost over with, my man's like, hey, thank you. This is all I wanted to see, time on task. And like you were saying yesterday, I think that game was a game where in basketball, we would say it was a 3-level game. You know what I'm saying? It was on all 3 levels. You saw some layups. You saw some floaters. You saw that midi, you know what I'm saying? The 18, 20 range, mid-jump range shots, you know what I'm saying? And then you saw some tray balls, you know what I mean? So as a player who, like, you looking like, okay, all right, I see they may have stopped that. You did this. They contained the middle of the paint, so you did this, you know? And so you just looking like, okay, I'm loving him being able to adjust on the fly, you know what I mean? And still be productive. It might not be, like you said, as pretty on the stats for everything be like a 22 for 225, but it was just the range in which he did things. And then also the ability to get everybody else involved, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just one person. It was the Debo, it was the Brandon Ayuk, it was the George Kittle, it was the CMC, man. So you saw everybody hands in the basket getting some goodies, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, it turned out just to be a beautiful day to go out there and see that there's another element that he can do on a consistent basis and that Kyle can feel even comfortable with calling, you know, because we might need that sometimes. And so, man, big ups to Kyle Shanahan. And also, whenever we did have a big explosive play, the line did block very well. Like, when we needed one, they kind of stood, you know what I'm saying? They held their ground. Big ups to Fiano. What's his name?
Feliciano?
Yeah,
Feliciano.
I see him out there trying. I see, like, every time he was trying.
Yeah, but Feliciano, man, to me, he's hold on, my mic, this headset is messing me up, bro. I got to be able to hear you. There we go. But yeah, man, I'm sold on Brock, man. I'm sold on Brock. I believe this team is has the best roster in the NFL, and we got a quarterback now. Finally, man, like, finally. And hey, maybe I'm late to the party. Maybe some of you already knew that or believed that about Brock Purdy. But like I said, man, I got Jimmy G PTSD. It's a mental condition that I'm recovering from, man. And Brock Purdy's helping me get there, man. It was beautiful to see. Let's talk about something else real quick, man. Just something minor but major, man. This 49ers defensive line, they are like their depth, right? I'm watching Javon Kinlaw play the best I've ever seen Javon Kinlaw play. Right? Right. Armstead's out with a foot injury. Hargrave left with a hammy. But then you got these guys. You got Randy Gregory coming in, balling out. Clelin Ferrell coming in, balling out.
Yeah.
I mean, the 49ers defensive line. I mean, Eric Armstead's going to be all right. Hargrave's going to be all right. Sometimes that might take 3 weeks with the hammy. Armstead will be back for the playoffs. You got Kalia Davis in here, balling out.
Yes.
Like the 49ers D-line depth was very impressive to me yesterday in that game. What'd you see from those guys?
Man, I agree with you, man. They're making the most of their opportunity. You know, unfortunately, the D-line, sometimes people get hurt. And we know over the last several years, the depth is what really helped us out. You know what I'm saying? When somebody was missing, we had enough really good guys to come on in there and continue to keep up that same type of activity on the D-line. It was good to see some of these guys who knew, like you said, Kinlaw. We hasn't seen him consistently, and he always came in there to kind of relieve people. This game, he had to be the number one. You know what I'm saying? They're like, hey, bro, this you today. You know what I mean? And so it was good to see him be consistent, you know, over a long period of time. He's been playing better this year as well. Like, we got to give him some respect. He's been healthy, which was something that we never really even seen for real. So big ups to him. Same thing with Khalil Davis and Colin Farrell, man. They just been going out there doing their best. And I need these other guys to get healthy. You know, don't try to rush back. If you can, let's pick up somebody from the practice squad, bring them on up. But we gonna need Eric Armstead and Javon Hargrave for the long run. So, hey guys,
don't confuse Colin Farrell with Cleveland Farrell.
Oh, Cleveland.
Colin Farrell's an actor. I was just thinking about it because the names are close. Yeah. No, actually, my wife was watching Phone Booth yesterday with Colin Farrell. But yeah, I gotta watch Cleveland Farrell ball out, man. I like Cleveland Farrell, man. I like Randy Gregory, dude. Those guys, we got the best D line in the NFL. We got the best linebackers in the NFL. DBs, man, they're pretty damn good too, man. Let's talk about the DBs, brother. Charvarius Ward went down. A lot of people were worried about it. I was, if I'm being real here. But the guys did their thing without Charvarius Ward. And here's the crazy thing, Twin. They still have Logan Ryan, who hasn't played on the squad. And then now they got Jason Verrett back. They just signed Jason Verrett to the practice squad. So the 49ers got Ryan Logan, 2-time Super Bowl winning DB.
Yeah.
They got Jason Verrett, who in his prime was one of the best defensive backs in the game. When he's healthy, he's ridiculous. We got those guys just in the background. Like, hey, if we need the Super Bowl guys in the best, like, it's ridiculous how much depth the 49ers have now at the DB spot. But even the guys like Demo did a great job. You know, Charvarius will be back. He's got that groin issue. He'll be back at some point.
Yeah.
Which is great. But, I mean, they got Demo. They got Ambry now, who's doing well. What do you think about this 49ers defensive back unit?
Hey, is there another interception, my guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Jair Brown.
And who else? Fred, and was it Demo or Lenore?
Fred. I think Demo's was called back because of penalty, wasn't it?
He got called back. But
yeah,
they're getting their hands on the ball. That's what I like to see. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like when them guys out there turn their heads around, I love it. You know, they're young. They learn how to play with one another. I think DK was pretty much shut out in the second half. I don't know where he was. You know what I mean? He disappeared. To see those guys go out there compete, they want to tackle hard, they communicate. You see the fire coming from them, man. It's just exciting to see them getting this swag about themselves. And I think when Demo and what's my guy name, Mooney Ward did an interview with the old girl from the 49ers, man.
Oh, yeah, watch that. Hilarious.
Yeah, you watched it, right? Hey, I love it. You know, country boy, what out to my boys, you know what I mean?
Country as hell, man. Yeah.
Hey, they got some Mooney, though. But you can see, like, they building this bond, man, and they getting this swagger about themselves, and that's what you love to see, especially going towards this type of, you know, the end of the year. And yeah, man, I like it. You know, Oliver, Whenever you out there, you're noticed. That's all I'm gonna say. You are noticed.
Jair Brown got a second pick, man, in only a handful of games. So he's a ball hawk so far. He's showing. I mean, if you get 2 picks in only a handful of games, that's a good start to your career. And again, they got Logan Ryan back there. They still got Jason Verrett if they need him. So, like, I'm just, for one, this defensive back unit looks like it's no longer a weakness, right? Before it felt like, okay, the DBs are hanging in there because the pass rush is so good. But now it feels like they're just a strong unit. I don't know where I'd rank them compared to the linebackers. I think the linebackers are probably the best unit. By the way, shout out to Fred Warner for the interception, and then handing it to Dre Greenlaw, who thought he was Deion Sanders for a minute. Did you see Greenlaw trying to return the interception?
Here. He damn near died on the field, man. He ran for like 40 seconds straight. I said, bro, just like
the whole team was like, bro, just get down, dude. He thought he was prime. He was about to just return that thing the whole way, man. Yeah, dude. Defensive back unit, man. I don't know where I rank them because the D line's so damn good. The linebackers are so good. They still might be the 3rd best unit on the defense, but they're not a weakness. Crazy. Yeah, they're not a weakness, man. They did their thing against the Eagles. They did their thing against the Seahawks. They shut Metcalf down in 2 games, and Metcalf is hella good, man. He got frustrated. You see him get frustrated?
Oh yeah, he can't help it because he know he's a physical player, and I don't think he's not as used to playing against a team just as crazy and as physical, and they invite the craziness. You see what I'm saying? They're happy for it. And so I think it's frustrating because he's like, dog, I can't go out there and really ball with them boys because they're really about their life. So yeah, man.
Yeah. Let's get back to these numbers real quick because I didn't get a finish. CMC, man. 16 carries, 145 yards, 9.1 yards per carry. That's bonkers. The guy started off the game with a 72-yard run. I thought he was going to punch it in. He got a little tired. But, man, CMC is ridiculous. Like, just absolutely nuts. He's a cheat code. It's crazy that the 49ers were able to get him for what they got him for. Best running back in the league. It's not even close. He continues to just dominate. Man, I thought this game was going to be just a blowout when I saw that after the first play. Yeah. Whenever they run to the left side, I feel like he got like 9 yards. I think there's one play where he got like 2. Outside of that, he got like 9 yards minimum every time he ran to the right. Oh, it's Monday. The work phone's blowing up. Jordan Mason got him because Elijah Mitchell was out.
Yeah.
Got himself a touchdown on their first drive. Yeah. 4 carries, 20 yards. Good to see Jordan Mason participating in the deal. And then let's talk receivers, man. Let's talk about Deebo Samuel. Back-to-back ridiculous games. Deebo, he ran for a touchdown. He also had 7 receptions, 149 yards, 21 per catch. Ooh-wee. Talk about Deebo, man, and how he's been looking over the last few weeks.
Man, again, similar to how we were talking about Prudy, 3-level score. It's good to see Deebo catch a deep one, you know what I mean? And just in stride. And Jamal Adams, slew-footed and slow, tried to keep up with him. And he was a burnt toast, you know what I mean? So it's good to see Deebo out there playing with the intensity, whether him running the ball, scoring a touchdown that way. I think it was like the only time a player has 2 games where he's caught ball and rushed the ball in since like 1950-something in back-to-back games. So big ups to Deebo Samuels, man, putting his name in the record books and showing out. And what most people would say, this is what we paid him for. Like, to have these type of moments right here, to say, yes, this is the Deebo that we know, that we love. And with this guy right here, we hard to mess with. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, Deebo has the most rushing touchdowns for a wide receiver in NFL history. Thanks, 49ers Minded, for reminding me about that. That's remarkable, man. This guy might, if he continues to play like this for a couple more years, Niners win the Super Bowl, this might be a Hall of Famer, Deebo Samuel, man. He really might. What do you think?
We're gonna have to see. You have to put the numbers are gonna be hard, but they're gonna be different though, as far as the rushing attempts and his ability to go out there and score. But for him being like a Swiss Army knife, he would probably set a trend. If he gets to like 35 touchdowns as a wide receiver, that's ridiculous. And with like 40 receiving touchdowns, That'll be a nice little stat to have, though. So we'll see.
He's got to keep it going. He's got to keep it going. I feel like Debo's finally earning that paycheck, man. Since he got paid, he hasn't really earned that paycheck. But right now, versus Eagles, versus Seahawks, he looks like one thing that Debo's got to stop doing. Even he talked about it. He was that deep shot that I played at the beginning of the show, from Prudy to Debo. He was like the fourth read in that progression. And so because he was the fourth read, he wasn't even running hard.
Yeah, you're lazy.
He said that. He's like, I was like the fourth read. I really wasn't running that hard. And then once I saw Purdy look at me, I decided to run. I got to run hard now. And it's like that type of stuff, I think, is what would set him up, would really elevate him as a player. Yeah. He kind of takes plays off a little bit, takes games off, it seems like. But when he wants to be that guy, he's just one of a kind, man. You don't really see that many players. Like, I can't remember the last time Debo caught, for one. I can't remember the last time he caught a ball that deep. Do you remember when was the last time he caught a ball that deep?
Probably like 2 years ago with I think it was 2 years ago with Jimmy Garoppolo, because the crazy stat was this. I think him and Debo had the highest percentage on the deep ball, but they only had like 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have a lot of them, but they did connect. And we were like, dude, why don't y'all go down, throw the ball deeper? Y'all remember that, man? I think it was like 2 years ago. They were like tops in the league of deep ball connection. It's just that they didn't throw the ball a lot down there. So it was good seeing him, man, get an opportunity to go out there and stretch it out, So,
yeah.
Hey, Jimmy G effect, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Jimmy G, damn it. Can't believe we paid that guy $125 million.
Sheesh.
Brandon Knight, the Raiders even paid him Raiders owed him like $35 million, even if he doesn't play next year, which is wild. Dang, I cleared my throat this morning. It's cold out here. I'm doing my best, y'all.
Send the heat, baby. Y'all send the
man. I think I'm gonna try to. I'm just gonna have to pay this. Like, I know this is off topic, but damn it, Sunrun. I'm gonna talk so bad about Sunrun for the rest of my life, man. Y'all messed up my power situation, my heater situation, and I've been waiting for you to come through, and you're not doing it, so I got to come out of the pocket and do it myself. Don't go with Sunrun ever. Anyways, BA, man. Brandon Ayuk, 6 receptions, 126 yards. We talked about his fumble. We talked about he probably caused that interception, or at least 50-50, him and Brock. They weren't on the same page on that interception, but still 126 yards. Brandon Ayuk is over 1,000 yards now for the 4th time in his career. 4th 1,000-yard receiving yard. What? He's a 2. Second.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, back-to-back.
So he's the 4th wide receiver to do that on the 49ers.
Correct.
Which behind who? Who we talking about? Terrell Owens.
Jerry Rice.
Anquan Bolden.
That's it then.
And somebody else. There's somebody else.
I think he's the 4th.
No, he's the 4th.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
BA.
Jerry Rice, Anquan Bolden, and Terrell Owens, and now BA.
Yeah.
Talk about Brandon Ayuk, man. But Brandon Ayuk's about to get paid. Is he gonna get paid by the Niners? If
I'm Patrick Mahomes, God dog it. I'm calling. Look, homie and Brandon Ayuk DMs right now. You know what I mean? But nah, I would like for him to get paid. I know he may have dropped a couple balls, but I do believe he stretches out that defense, man, and gives those underneath looks to Debo to catch that ball in space and go out there and do what he does after the catch. Again, I love his running. His blocking ability. I think you guys will see on that first run, he all the way down the field. You see Christian McCaffrey pop up off the ground. First thing he does is look at BA and he points at him like, I see you. You know what I mean? He's always engaging in the running game. He's doing wonderful blocks. Same thing like George Kittle was yesterday, man. Them boys be blocking their butts off, man. And that's not easy to do, That's how you get those long runs. And I think this has been happening a little more consistently where Christian McCaffrey is stretching out on some of these runs and he's getting ghosts. He's hitting that hole and you know what I'm saying? He hitting that zoom button. And that's because of guys like BA, Juwan Jennings out there blocking extremely well. So I love what Brandon Ayuk is doing. He's usually a sure hand wide receiver. His running after catch ability is good. I think that's what caused the fumble was he was trying to be great with it. You know what I mean? And then he kind of held that ball with one hand, kind of palming a little bit. And the guy came up from behind him and knocked the ball loose. But that's just because he was trying to hustle and do a little bit more. But other than that, man, I just love his mentality. He's nasty, you know, he's rigid, and he plays like a Niner. Like he's a Niner guy to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, big ups to those guys.
And he does everything you want from a player on and off the field. Like during the season, off the season, he doesn't take plays off. He's not like Debo who would take a play off. Brandon Ayuk goes hard all the time. Real quick, Moon Man gets $2. Says we got a savant at quarterback, dink and dunk, long ball. I'm not sure what you're saying there, but thanks for the $2, brother. I appreciate it. I didn't see the super chat, man. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. But yeah, let's keep it pushing. George Kittle, man, 3 receptions, 76 yards, 25 yards per carry, and a touchdown or per reception and a touchdown. Also, George Kittle was getting lit up, dude, in the first 2 drives. Damn, a couple of hospital balls, but I don't really put that on Brock. The Seattle Seahawks defense was just sitting on those routes.
Yeah.
They were ready for that, and Kyle had to make an adjustment. Kittle took a couple bangers early, but still had a great game, man. 3 receptions, 76 yards, 25 per. What'd you think about Kittle, man?
Hey, Kittle was able to get his 3 targets a game per usual, and they usually are explosive ones. You know, he usually gets the ball, catching in the, in the flat area, runs for like 20, 25 yards, get a much needed first down. You know what I mean? And kind of keep things rolling. So big up to George Kittle. I do believe his blocking was excellent yesterday, man. He was definitely out there. Make sure that these guys get on the edge. They have holes and lanes to run through at proper angles and things of that nature, man. And as always, he's bringing that intensity. When somebody does well, he's the first one to hop up, get the crowd involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need those type of individuals, and George is consistently bringing that energy, man. So once again, with the opportunities that he did have, he made the best of them, brought energy, and he was George. You know what I'm saying? So big up to George Kittle.
Yeah, man. George is I think he's the top rated tight end in the NFL right now. He's that's the thing about this Niners team, man. They're so good that they're so deep and good. Like Kittle could be killing it right now if they needed him to.
14 and 12.
Yeah, easy. If they had to rely on Kittle for that, they could, and he would be, leading the NFL in any category he wanted to. But because they are so deep, they got CMC, they got Brandon Ayuk, they got Debo, they got Kittle. They really don't need him. Honestly, I think this offense, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, CMC, Brock Purdy, Kyle Shanahan. You combine those guys, man, they're just deadly together. All of them are. It's just a deadly combination. I don't know how you stop them if they're all healthy.
Hey, man, it sounded like you about to do the remember Captain Planet?
Yeah, the Avengers.
Earth,
yeah.
Wind, Fire. Like, look, he was naming all of them, baby. We got a little bit of everything for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's good to see the collection of individuals out there playing it as a unit. We just need them to stay healthy, and that's the main thing. And hope that O-line continue to try to gel, But besides that, man, listen here. Let's keep cooking. You know what I mean? Hey, how did you feel about that halftime situation? I know we in the room for the positivity and things of that nature, but
halftime situation. What are we talking about?
The timeout situation where we was going into the half, defense kind of stops them. We kind of like, we could have called a timeout, try to get the ball back or whatnot, but just decided to go into halftime.
I don't really understand it. I mean, I don't really understand why he did that. Kyle can be a little too conservative at times, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Big ups to my boy Mitch Winowski before I forget. Big up to Mitch again.
Can we talk about Mitch?
Hey, what it do, my guy?
Man, can we talk about Mitch?
Just give me a jersey, man. Send me a little. I'll rock that 18. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Mitch Wishnowsky, dude. Let's get this guy to the Pro Bowl. I want all of us to go vote for Mitch Wishnowsky to the Pro Bowl. For one, his punts are elite. For two, this guy clocked over 20 miles per hour. He took it upon himself to run that ball to the right.
For sure.
It wasn't a fake punt call.
Yeah.
He just saw it and said, "Fuck it, hey, I'm about to go do my thing.
I'm killing it. Y'all go respect me." You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mitch say, put some respect on my name. He looked at Cal and say, "Listen here,
Yeah.
I got these runners over here, baby. Quit being conservative. I got you. If you need one, hit your boy up, call me. I got these little underlay wheels. You know what I'm saying? I can get gone, get ghosted in a minute. So next time we do this Pro Bowl voting thing, I saw a lot of y'all last week leave out Mitch. I'm gonna need y'all. He need to be one of the first people you type in there and say Pro Bowler, because this dude been consistent since week 1. And he stepped up every freaking week. And he's been doing his thing. So even the commentators say, man, this guy is a masterful punter. The ability to have it like screwball in, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen here. Big up to my boy, man. He doing this thing.
Yes.
Shout out.
Yes, man. Mitch Wisnowski should be in the Pro Bowl. Make sure you guys are voting. I think on Twitter, you just got to type his name and then hashtag Pro Bowl vote or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to figure it out. But Mitch Wisnowski needs to be there. Also, my boy Tabor Pepper. Don't leave off Tabor Pepper, man. He's the best long snapper in the NFL. But yeah, Mitch, man, I had no clue that he was that fast. Dude could play receiver, possibly. I guess he plays soccer in Australia.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, Australian rules football in Australia, and he was a burner there too. I had no idea. I went and Googled Mitch Wisnowski. I found out he's like ripped as well. He's got like 6-pack. You wouldn't really know by watching looking at him in a uniform, but I saw a picture of him like, okay, Mitch.
Mitch said, hey, I'm about that life guy, dog.
Yeah. Couple super chats. Brother Bob, I saw you guys talking about wine in the chat. You guys know it's like 9:40 in the morning. I need you to eat some breakfast.
Hey, like,
but,
no.
He says celebratory red wine last night. We got the number 1 seed. Shout out to Brother Bob. Thanks for being here, my guy. And yeah, man, I like red wine too, man. It's my favorite. It does cause a little heartburn though. It gives a little heartburn, but I like it. I like it anyways. It's my favorite. Honestly, my favorite thing to drink is cognac, and then
you're a Douce guy.
Yeah, I like to sample a bunch of different cognacs and whiskey. I prefer to drink hard liquor because when I'm trying to get my buzz on, I don't want to have to drink like beer. I'm not a big beer guy, dude. Like you have to drink like 18 cases of beer to feel anything, and you just peeing all night long. I'm not a beer guy, man. I don't even drink that much water. Like, why am I gonna drink like 10 beers? Like, I'm good. So I like my hard liquor. Let's get straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But also red wine mellows me out. GTC says, what's your favorite thing to drink to Twin?
I'm a tequila guy, man. I've been here in Texas drinking a whole bunch of tequila. I was a whiskey guy for a very long time, but I kind of switched it up. I'm connoisseur of like, native Mexican tequilas in Mexico, and not the name brand ones that we see here, man. So I like to sit down and have me a nice little tequila, man. So
tequila, man.
Yes,
yeah, that's no joke. Like I like to take a shot or two of tequila, but in the past, when I was a kid, I don't really drink a lot. I'm being real. I don't drink a lot, barely ever. I might not even drink 6 times a year. And it's usually when I'm on like vacay or something like that. But back in the day, man, tequila would make me a monster. I don't know. It's probably not the same anymore because I'm old and mature. But when I was young, I was a little bit nuts off tequila, bro.
Hey, man. So for people who don't know, man, me and my brother do a pick 'em show on Thursdays, and we drink. You know what I mean? And usually, whatever team, like we picking teams, and if I pick a team and he picked the opposing team and they lose, he got to take a shot. And so we bring our bottles. He's a yak man. I have tequila. I go through different types of tequila, man, on the show. Take shots of them and have a good time.
Hey, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Some people are not made to drink. I'm gonna be honest. Tommy taps in. Some people are not made to drink, man, and I feel it. And if you're one of those guys and you're not, shout out to you, man. I feel like there's too much influence to drink. It's weird with drinking, like. People like if you say you don't want to drink, people are like, what's wrong with you, right? But they're just choosing to do something different. I don't like drinking. I every now and then I will, but I'm not a big drinker, man. It's just the way I am. I saw drinking ruin my pop's life and fuck up our family, so I think that's part of the reason. But this has turned a dark turn. We've taken a dark turn here, man. I'm not trying to go that route.
So back to the 49ers, and Nick Bosa comes through with several sacks yesterday as well, putting the pressure on.
Let's read this real quick. Let's read this. GTC says they are finally using all their assets. By the way, that Debo touchdown. Did you hear Debo tell on himself? He said he wasn't running hard. Yep, I was just talking about that. Thanks for the super chat. But yeah, man, Niners look fucking good, man. Excuse my language, but they look damn good. Do they got a weakness, Twin? Do the 49ers have a weakness? If it is, what is it?
I mean, I think we do, but I think every team does have a weakness. Even though we did turn the ball over, have an interception and a fumble, I think our weakness is not like glaring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We do got to make sure, again, we got to keep Brock Purdy upright. And then these injuries, we have to be like concerned mainly because you want your corner. You need your number one corner. You do need your defensive lineman back. I mean, I just want the injuries. If the injuries ain't there, that's the weakness, man. We got to make sure we stay healthy. And Kyle just play with, I am the best, not only head coach, I'm the best OC, and I have the best team. And so when I do certain things, it's because I know we're better than y'all. And this is why I do something that other people won't do as far as that conservative nature. Other than that, man, you know, as long as we can block, we should be all right. You know what I mean?
I mean, obviously, McKivitz is probably a weakness. I like Feliciano, man. I think he's good. I hope he stays in there over Burford, to be honest. Hopefully, Burford develops one day to be good, but I like Feliciano right now. McKivitz is probably the weakness on this offensive side of the ball. But if Kyle dials things up the way he has been, it's not going to be a problem. There are certain situations where Kyle is dialing up. They need to be able to make adjustments. Brock Purdy needs to be able to make coverage or blocking adjustments because there have been a few blown blocking assignments with the 49ers that have left defenders untouched to Brock Purdy. That's the thing that I think might be the weakness because I feel like McKivitz, although he's not great, he's good enough if the scheme is on par. And so Kyle and Brock Purdy combined, they have to just make sure the protection is dialed up. And sometimes that might mean, you know, Kyle dialing it up and Brock looking and adjusting to what he sees on the defense. They really need to focus on that. Like Brock Purdy making adjustments at the line of scrimmage for protection because there have been a few instances where defenders have been left untouched, straight path to Brock Purdy. But in general, I think you can scheme around the weakness of Colt McKivitz. Again, I don't think he's absolute dog meat, but I think he's, you know, the weakness on the 49ers offensive line. Another one to consider, and, you know, knock on wood, he's been doing fine since, you know, whatever week it was. But Jake Moody, I'm still wondering, like, I don't know, how confident are you going to be? It comes down to, it's Niners and Cowboys in the NFC Championship game, and it comes down to Jake Moody kicking a 45-yard field goal. By the way, the Cowboys and the Eagles kickers, boy.
I'm about to say, look,
they're nice.
9 in a 60-yarder.
Yes, that's and they got him undrafted. But like, are you still concerned about Moody or no?
Yeah, I'm still concerned, mainly because it's the unknown. We just don't know. We haven't seen him. You know, we haven't seen enough of him in those pressurized situations. And the times that we have seen it, been kind of like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Hey, let's make sure we beat the brakes off these teams so bad we don't have to necessarily worry about it. That's my dream. You know what I mean? Bryant, he can shock the world by being the first kicker to never have to kick a ball in the playoffs. I would love that. We score all touchdowns.
Hopefully you're right, man. It's definitely possible. Moody comes through in the clutch, right? He's been pretty solid. Honestly, it's just that little stretch was a little scary, and he's just unproven. Like, we don't know one way or the other, right? We don't know how he's going to respond in that situation because he's had a very small sample size. It's kind of like how it was with Brock early, right? With Brock early, I was just like, it looks good so far. Let's see it. Let's keep seeing it. Like, a little hesitant. I want to see it. Same thing with Moody. Maybe Moody will step up and be the Brock Purdy of kickers for all we know. You know, it's possible. Real quick, too. Guess who led the without looking, what two players led the 49ers in tackles yesterday?
Ambry Thomas.
The two 49ers that led in tackles yesterday, Isaiah Oliver and Jair Brown, 5 tackles each, 1 assist, and Jair got an interception. Isaiah Oliver and Jair Brown led this team in tackles yesterday, man.
I mean, it can mean two things. the opposing team didn't get a lot of plays in, not a lot of snaps. Or they would get into the second or third level, which is not cool if your DBs and your secondary is getting all the god doggone tackles. But
hey, whatever, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Isaiah Oliver actually had a decent game yesterday. I'm gonna give him credit. Yeah, he did decent. But yeah, in general, Isaiah Oliver, I don't like when he's on the field. So yeah, do the 49ers have a weakness? I think it would be Moody. And not that he is a weakness, it's just he's an unknown in those situations. And then McKivitz, but outside of that, man, maybe Kyle's game management. But I honestly, like, we're just nitpicking here because
for sure
they are, to me, the cream of the NFL, the cream of the crop, man. Like, they look better than every team in the NFL. NFL looks weak in comparison to the 49ers. I mean, look at the records of the Eagles and the Cowboys. They have like top-notch records. They're two of the best teams in the NFL from a record standpoint, and we mollywopped them. We put a 40-piece on those cats, right? I just think the 49ers are head and shoulders above the NFL. Now, we'll find out on Christmas because that might be a Super Bowl preview with the Baltimore Ravens, but they didn't look that good against the Rams, though, man.
When they get back, but I mean, Lamar Jackson had 300-some yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Odell Beckham had a decent game. I mean, they won. They could say they was rusty coming off of a bye week, but they do continue to stack wins. I can't wait to see that game. So that right there, we take care of business going in there, Joker. Like, pretty much, we got 2 more games, I believe, before that game.
Yeah,
man, the hype around that game will be ridiculous because they could start like, hey, 10 years later, is this 10 years later?
It is 10 years.
Would this
later.
be 10 years
or
later?
It's 11 years later, right?
11 years or 10 years? Which one is it?
One of the two.
But you know what I'm saying? It's come back around, you know what I mean? So that's a wonderful narrative for ESPN and the networks to use, so.
Yeah, I mean, we play the Cardinals this coming week, and then we play the Ravens on Christmas. Then we play the Commanders. Then we play the Rams, and the Rams actually looking like they're turning around. Matt Stafford is a really good quarterback, by the way, man. I know as Niner fans, we don't like to admit when our rivals or division opponents have good players or whatnot, but Matt Stafford is good, man. If you watched that game yesterday, you should be impressed with what you saw by Matt Stafford. So nothing to sleep on in that Rams game, to be honest. They're divisional opponent. We got to be ready. It's not a cakewalk. Even the Cardinals, they're whack, but you never know with divisional opponents.
They play hard.
And Kyler Murray's back. We haven't seen him in a minute. But yeah, that Ravens game on Christmas, to me, that's a Super Bowl preview. I've been saying that for like 4 weeks now, that I think the Ravens and Niners are going to be in that Super Bowl. So we'll see how that goes down. Commanders are, man, I feel bad for their quarterback. He's going to be living on his back. That guy has been sacked more than, man, potatoes. That guy gets sacked constantly, and he's going against the best defensive line in the NFL. And then we end it with the Rams, man. So Niners got 4 games left. They could easily go 4-0. I could see the Rams, being maybe a sleeper. Maybe by that time we've secured something and we're not like all in on it, and some guys are resting. I don't know. But it's really this Ravens game, man. I expect the 49ers come in here, smash the Cardinals, and then we'll see what happens against the Ravens. If they can put the Ravens to sleep, I mean, who's going to stop the 49ers team this year?
Hey, I think that's the truth, man. We should be favored by Vegas in the rest of these games. So they go probably believe we should be the winner, So just go out there, take care of business, man, and stay healthy,
Yeah.
Gotta stay healthy.
All right, man. I want to ask you something non-football related. I'm going to start doing this more.
Okay, what's cracking?
When you're not talking 49ers, you are doing what?
Reading.
Like reading or audiobook reading?
I got an app on my phone. Heads Up Headway app. I like to read those. It's not like a full book. It's an audio version where you can go through, still make highlights of what it is that you're listening to. But it condenses book. I got ADHD, and so like that's probably why I be like,
I do as well, my friend.
Yeah. So it's good for me as far as how I retain information. It's just it takes these books, kind of condense to 15 minutes listening tos, and those are dope. And then other than that, man, I'm a big I like reaction videos. I like hip hop a lot, so I listen to certain songs, man, and I go through, look at lyrics, and try to find different little double entendres or like real catchy, slick stuff, witty things that they say, and I'm like, oh, because I love words, you know what I mean? So that's the one thing. And the last thing is a big movie head, man. I like a lot of different sci-fi movies and stuff like that.
Bro, ADHD, man, is my superpower. Like,
Yeah.
people don't, but it used to be a hindrance. Like, I was horrible in school, dude. Horrible in school. Like, I don't know. I think I graduated with like a 2.2 or some shit. Yeah. It always fucked me up for sports. Like, I remember like when I made the basketball team and then the grades would come out and they'd be like, hey, man, sorry, bro, you can't play. And I would go home and be all sad. Man, I was horrible in school. But I learned to use my ADHD as a strength. And so now I'm able to do a million different things. I got my office set up. I got my weights right here. I got my music, my TV, my real estate, my mortgages, my 49ers. And now it's my superpower, bro. I just come out here and I just do all that shit and I kill it, man. I love it, dude. It's turned into my superpower, man. So
hey,
if you got kids out there that are struggling in school, man, it means nothing. It really doesn't.
And I'll attest to this because I ended up getting fully diagnosed because of my son, and he was having some trouble in school, man. And like you said, growing up, you didn't necessarily like what's going on, and it's just the ability where I know what I should be doing and how I should do it. But the switch just be like,
bro, I'm telling you, man,
it was
great.
crazy.
If you get bad grades in school, or if you got kids getting bad grades in school, it has nothing to do with your intelligence. It's just school's not for every. I got a 28 on my ACT, bro.
Yeah,
which is really fucking high.
Yeah,
right?
Like,
like
the average is, look, you get a pass with 18. So
I got a 28, and people didn't believe it. They're like, "Oh, what?" Like, they thought I was lying, and I would show them because, like, I have 2 inventions, I got 2 patents, I have multiple businesses. Grades, it's just some people are not made for school, and if you got kids out there struggling with school, understand they're trying to put all these kids into one box. And honestly, school just bored the shit out of me, especially like that busy work, like do this crossword puzzle. And I'd just be like, no, I'm not doing your crossword puzzle, dog. And I'll come in and do good on the test, but I didn't do my homework. I didn't do my busy work. I don't like busy work, even to this day. That's why I like if it's busy work, I got my assistant or my processor or somebody else doing it because I'm not. This is not who I am. So don't be hard. If your kids are struggling in school, that doesn't mean they're stupid or that they're destined for failure. Believe in them.
Find the resources. That's what I did. My son had it. Found the resources. They was able to help, and they know that it's different. We got more information. My son needs to be active. His testosterone is moving. You know what I'm saying? He can't just be in the class sitting down chilling. But he's smart though. He's in the gifted class. He's been in the gifted program for 4 years, ever since elementary. You know what I'm saying? So he's smart as a whip. It's just kind of putting those kids in their environment in which it's conducive for them to learn and allow their brains to continue to explore all the wonderful things that they see and connect with. So, man, it's okay, man. Be kind to those kids, because I have to do that for my son. And big ups to those who are able to be entrepreneurs, because I think that's where people who have that personality, man, that mental capacity to do a lot of things at once, man. Big ups to you guys too. Continue to like share that information because it inspires guys like me to be like, man, I like doing certain things now because I understand the way my mind thinks a lot better. So.
Yeah, I didn't fail high school, man. High school failed me. I'm be real. I just
I like that one. Put that on a t-shirt, underdog.
You can't put me in a box like that, man. All right, last thing. I didn't prepare one. I just decided I'm gonna put you on the spot today, man. And we like to keep things positive. I want to get your positive vibe. I don't got one. I want to hear yours, man. Give us a positive vibe, so a positive note to end the show on.
Man, positive note to end this note on. Family, man. I went down here to Dallas, Texas, man. I kicked it with some family, some I haven't seen in a long time, but to just get together and have a good time. Don't be too serious about certain things, man, and just be grateful. Like, so have a heart of gratitude to some of your family members who you might not see, or even your friends. Sometimes you pick your friends and they become your family. But if you can make time for them, just to say what up, man, and give that positive words and encouragement, especially during this holiday season, because we always talked about this. Some people got the pressure of their word to go out there and try to perform when it comes to monetary things. But, man, just say, hey, man, you as a person is valuable enough. I love you. You are a present yourself. Just be present. You know what I mean? And Y'all saw how I said that. But anyway, yeah, man. So that's my positive word of today, man. Be a present to somebody with your presence, you know?
Love it. Love it. Twin, thank you very much. Make sure you guys all go subscribe to Twin's channel. Link is in the description for that. I'm going to be on with Grant Cohn at 11 a.m. and then I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. with Jesse Naylor. I'm excited, man. I'm feeling this season. Everything's going fantastic for the season, for my career, for my relationships. I'm feeling life right now, man. And I appreciate all the people in it. Big shout out to Twin, man. Thank you so much for riding with me every Monday morning. Thank you to everybody in the chat. You guys are the best, man. We got a good little family here of Niner fans, and it's great, man. This is awesome. I'm enjoying life, enjoying everything. Y'all have a fantastic day. Catch me on Grant today or come back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thanks, Twin.
Yes, sir. Peace out.